I've built multiple businesses from 0 to 7 figures in the first 12 months, and the way that I've done this is always through a product for prospects. A product for prospects is an early stage product that people can experience. It's very scalable, it's personalized, and it's very valuable, and it attracts customers like a magnet. I want to share with you how you can create one of these products to really blow up your business. Most businesses that are 5 or 6 figures of revenue, they don't have a product for prospects and they never achieve scale. Most businesses that are 7 and 8 figures of business, they have a product for prospects as an on-ramp that allows people to onboard themselves and understand the value of your business. If you don't have a product for prospects, most people are going to be confused about the value that you offer. Most people are going to feel that it's not for them. Most people are going to be unsure as to whether you have capacity to solve their problems. But a product for prospects blows all of that out of the water. If we get a product for prospects in your business, you're going to see serious growth in the year ahead. But you've got to follow a few of the key steps that make it a powerful and attractive product for prospects. So let's get into this strategy because it's a real game changer for a lot of businesses. So in order to have a product for prospects and to talk about that particular step, I want to take you out a little bit and we want to look at the overall product journey that your business has. Now, I believe that a good business should have 4 products, and I'll just cover the overview of those 4 products, and then we're going to zoom in on this product for prospects. The first product that you should have is called a gift. Now, a gift is something free that sits out there on the internet and people experience it as a positive, valuable, free thing that is generic. It could be a podcast episode, it could be some YouTube videos, it could be a download. Anything that's free that anyone can have, no strings attached, is a good little gift. Another word for free is good quality content. If you've got quality content given away freely, that ticks the box of having a gift. The next product is called a product for prospects. That's the one we're going to zoom in on in a minute. Over here, we have your core offer. That is the core product or service that you are known for. If you're a coach, it's your coaching, or a consultant, it's your consulting. If you're an agency, it's the agency work that you do. Or if you're a software company, it's the software subscription that you offer. And then finally, we have something called a product for customers or a product for clients. And this is the ongoing journey. It's the continuation of what you've got. If you're BMW, the core product is cars, but finance and insurance might be a good product for clients. In fact, BMW make more money from finance and insurance than all of their other stuff. So that is called a product ecosystem. And I'll tell you this, profitability is not in any particular product or service. Profitability is in the product and service ecosystem. It comes from having all of these products, not any one of these products. Now, each product has a job to do. The job of gifts is to capture attention. The job of product for prospects is to build trust. The job of a core offering is to deliver a transformation, and the product for clients is all about maintaining the relationship. So each product is doing an important job within your business. Now, the biggest mistake that small businesses make is they promote the core offer. They're telling everyone about the core offering that they have to offer. So if they're an agency, they're talking about their agency work. And if they're a coach, they're talking about their coaching. If they're a software business, they're talking about all the software that they can install into your business. And this sounds like a smart thing to do, but it's a terrible thing to do because it's too much, too soon, too fast. Customers need a little bit of warming up. They need to experience some quality content. Then they need to make a small commitment to build some trust around your business. Now, a great analogy would be, imagine if you went to the doctor's office. You walk in, they take one look at you and they say, I need to put your arm in a cast. You would be completely resistant of this. You'd say, why on earth are you suggesting that I put my arm in a cast when you've only just met me? Now, of course, if the doctor sent you away for an x-ray and they could show that your arm was indeed broken, of course you'd put your arm in a cast. The x-ray is the product for prospects. It's the thing that makes people understand and trust the whole process. So even though the core thing that a doctor does is solve health problems, it's the diagnosis process that makes it trustworthy. And it's the same for your business. You need to have something that does the diagnosis. You need to have something that builds the trust so people want to adopt the solution. So a good example would be August Recognition, a PR firm that focuses on helping companies to win awards. Their core service is managing the entire awards process, from collecting data to doing the awards entry. And that they do for big corporate clients, and they do it for small businesses as well. But they don't go running around talking about that. Instead, they have a few things down here at the layer of product for prospects. So Donna O'Toole, who runs that business, she's got a book called Win, which she gives away as a gift. That leads into an online assessment, Are You Ready to Win Awards? She also has a mini workshop that tells people about the power of winning awards. She promotes the assessment, the book, and the workshop much more than she promotes the core offering. Now, of course, people who take the assessment, people who attend the workshop, they learn about the value of awards and they want to work with her awards agency. So at the moment, here's what I see. A lot of companies are putting content online. That ticks the box of gift. A lot of companies have a good, strong core offering. That's the main thing that their business does. But the gap that most businesses have is this product for prospects. So what makes a great product for prospects? Let's have a look. It's three things. A great product for prospects is personalized, it's scalable, and it's valuable. It needs to be all three of those things. See, a downloadable report as a PDF is scalable. It's probably even valuable, but because it's not personalized, it's no longer seen as very relevant in today's marketplace. It used to be very relevant to have downloadable PDFs, but now people just expect those as gifts. People no longer want to exchange their name and email address for a downloadable PDF because the goalposts have moved, and now that is just seen as something that most companies just give away. A free one-to-one consultation would be personalized and valuable, but because it's not scalable, it's going to burn you out. If you had to do 100 of those in a week, you would literally collapse into a puddle of water. Some businesses have now started exploring with AI chatbots. They're personalized, they're scalable, but they're not offering anything of value, so they're completely rejected. So what we're looking for here is something that ticks all three of these boxes. Now, the number one thing that you can do that is personalized, scalable, and valuable is an assessment. Going back to our doctor example, it's the assessment that allows you to trust the doctor. It's the X-ray. An X-ray is much more scalable than a doctor. And because you can see the results, it's valuable. So any form of assessment ticks these three boxes. An assessment is super powerful, especially when you automate it online, because it does these three things and it becomes that perfect product for prospects. So I want you to think about your business. What is it that you offer? And what is the assessment that would help people to trust that offer? Maybe you're a cybersecurity consultant. Maybe a cybersecurity assessment is the thing that gives people the trust that they need to invest in cybersecurity. Maybe you help people with online dating, and doing an online assessment allows people to realize that they need some help in that space. Maybe you're a fitness coach, and doing a fitness assessment allows people to realize that they have room to improve and there's plenty of best practices that they could be applying that they're not currently applying. Or maybe you're an accounting firm, and by taking people through an online assessment, they realize there's plenty that they could do to improve their accounting process. So these online assessments, they highlight where people can improve or where people are making mistakes. So a key thing for you to think about is, what is the assessment that if people scored low on that assessment, they would immediately understand that they need your services. Now, the added value here is that if you can get hundreds of people filling in these online assessments, you're going to collect really valuable data that pinpoints exactly why people buy from you. You might discover that the reason that you thought people were buying from you was because they were struggling with X, Y, and Z, but it turns out that A, B, and C is the real reason that people are struggling. I'll give you a real example of this. We did an online assessment to assess people's personal brand, and what we discovered is that people wanted more speaking gigs. And one of the biggest, most hot topics was, how do you get paid speaking gigs? Now, that came out of the online assessment. We hadn't picked up on that, and now we're adapting the product to include that in it. Now that you've seen this model, if you look at any of my content online, you'll discover that I never really promote the core offer of what we do. I always promote the introduction to what we do. I promote the product for prospects, which is typically an online assessment. If I'm talking about key person of influence, I talk about the key person of influence assessment or the key person of influence workshop. If I'm talking about ScoreApp, I'm talking about the free account, which comes with an immediate assessment. In fact, if you look in the description below, you'll see a link to some of my products for prospects. Now, I tell you what, it's really easy promoting a product for prospects because it's personalized, it's scalable, and it's valuable, and best of all, it's free. So people love it. So final thing is that there's a little bit of glue that holds the whole thing together. From gift into product for prospects, we need a landing page that collects people's data. That's built straight into the ScoreApp platform. From product for prospects, we need a follow-up to have a sales call or a marketing follow-up sequence. And that is also built into the ScoreApp platform. Once you've delivered a core offering, you need to deliver standout service that people didn't expect. And then that naturally leads into the product for clients. So those are the key joining steps that allow people to go from seeing your content online, filling in a form, giving you data, getting a product for prospects that's personalized, scalable, and valuable, having a sales conversation, buying your core offering, getting really good service, and then buying your next thing, which is your product for clients. And that there is the product ecosystem that produces lots of profit. So largely speaking, this is one of the biggest secrets that I've used to scale multiple companies from 0 to 7 figures. In fact, when I'm doing the 0 to 7 figure journey, I'm really just focused on product for prospects and core offering. Those are the two products that I focus on exclusively until I hit 7 figures of revenue. It's only once I've hit 7 figures of revenue that I double down on gifts and product for clients. So now you understand where ScoreApp fits into your product ecosystem. Get yourself a free ScoreApp account, have a look at our template library, and identify which one of those templates would absolutely suit your business as a product for prospects for your business. And let me know in the comments below, what is your core offering and what is your product for prospects going forward? Okay, if you've enjoyed this video, give this channel a subscribe, give this video a like, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. I hope you're doing really well.